Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the Broken Farm. Today is Sunday. I think it's March 13th, I think. And we're out here on the farm. As you can see, we had some snow. So kind of not exactly what we were looking forward to for our spring break. We got snow on Friday night and a little bit of it melted yesterday, but the temperature has been pretty cold, so it hasn't melted all of it. We're hoping that today we get, I think our high is supposed to be around 51, 52. So hopefully that will melt some more of it because as much as I love the snow, it's not exactly what I wanted to see on our spring break. I was hoping for 70s, that type of weather, so we could get a lot done here. So we're not working outside because, you know, with the ground being so wet and everything, there's not a whole lot we can do outside today. But we are starting to do some work on the inside. So our goal today is the back room where the old kitchen was and the bathroom was. I know that if you've been watching, you know that we demolished the kitchen and the bathroom. And we're going to start trying to get a bathroom in. But in order to do that, we have to kind of take the ceiling down. The ceiling above where the bathroom has been taken down, but not above where the old kitchen was. And there's just a lot of nasty, insulation and rat poop and all kinds of just stuff. So we want to pull all the ceiling down, clean that all out so that we'll be ready to start construction on the bathroom. That area back there is going to be the bathroom. It's going to be a closet for what will kind of be the master bedroom, and then it's also going to be my pantry. So I'll take you inside. I kind of started out here because Shawn was already getting started with the jigsaw and it was loud. But I don't hear it right now. When we knew we were going to be getting the snow, and if you watched my last video, you know that I planted blueberry and strawberry bushes. And I kind of got yelled out by my mom and dad because they were wondering why I was using containers for those things when we have all this property. So Shawn and I talked about it, and I'm gonna move those. But we came out here on Thursday, knowing that we were gonna be getting the snow, and I covered the blueberries. But I'm back out here and it doesn't look like the cover is still on there. I know it was really windy, so even though we put cardboard down and we put rocks on top, I think it blew off because I haven't gone right up to it. I will here in a second, but I don't see the cardboard anymore. So they could be dead. We will see. But anyways, I'll take you inside in a second after I check on these blueberry plants and show you what we're going to get started today. Oh, and the other thing, I'm going to get started with my seed starting because I've been saying all week I was going to do that and I haven't done it yet. So I want to get that done today and at least get them planted, and then hopefully I can start to have some seeds germinating. So that's going to be my first job, and then I'll help them with the demolition of the ceiling. Yeah, so this is where I planted my blueberry bushes. You can see them kind of sticking up there. And there's the cardboard and some of the rocks that we put on top of the cardboard to keep it down. So that was a fail. I guess I'll just let the snow melt and see if they're dead or alive. All right, so this is where we're gonna be working today. This is the ceiling that's gonna be coming down. You can see we took the ceiling down. Sorry, they're moving the table. We took the ceiling down above the bathroom a few weeks ago, so they were able to clean that part out, but the rest of it needs to be cleaned out. See all of that? It's just gross up there. So that's going to be the job today. And this wall's coming down because we're going to extend the bathroom out. So that's what Shawn's apparently getting started on right now. All right, guys, we are, I don't know if we're halfway, but as you saw, Shawn demolished the ceiling here in this back room. Excuse me, it's kind of dusty in here. And so now it's cleanup time. We gotta clean all this up. And that's the goal for today, to get all of this cleaned up. It's probably gonna take us a while. So we're gonna work on that. And while he was demolishing that, I was able to get my seeds planted. So taking you out here around and through into this back room. That's like the laundry room, I guess. And you can see there are my seeds. So I kind of made a little pedestal here, and I think these windows will be good for them. So I don't have any grow lights or heat mats or anything like that. I'm just gonna go old school here and see what grows. So, all right, so we're gonna get busy cleaning up, and we'll check in with you in a little bit. So while the girls are cleaning that up, I'm going to show you what Shawn's doing up here. Coming up the stairs. The girls cleaned up here a little bit more today because I think we had trash and stuff. So they sweeped, tried to clean the windows the best they could. And when you come around here, this is the access to where that bathroom is. So you can see all of this is what Shawn's working on, trying to get cleaned up. And this right here is the ceiling for what will be our bedroom. And there's the bathroom area. That's what he just tore down a little while ago. So it's a lot of work, but it'll be nice to know that this is cleaned out up here. And there's not so much trash, and just, at least we know we don't have any animals in there. Oh, look, there's a check.
Hopefully it's made out to us.
Right, it's not made out to us though. So, all right, back to helping clean up. Alright, so we are getting closer. The floor is looking a lot better than it was a little while ago. Shawn's just up trying to get all the last little bits of just junk that got stuck up there on nails and whatnot. But it's definitely a lot cleaner than it was. So I think once we get all this done and this cleaned up, I think that'll be our work day for the day. All right, guys, it's about 3:15 and we are just finishing up here. We got our goal accomplished, I think. I don't know, you'd have to ask Shawn though. He might say something different. But this room is cleaned up. The ceiling is taken down. There's still some fine tuning to do that Shawn's gonna do with the vacuum tomorrow. Just getting all the stuff in and out, and then taking the nails out of all of the studs and everything. So we'll be working on that tomorrow. And I mentioned earlier I got my seeds planted, and we kind of cleaned up this room a little bit. We kind of moved this as our supply room. And if you follow me on Instagram, you'll know all of my jars. So sorry, it's kind of dusty in here. I got all my jars lined up there, and there's quite a lot. I may have overpurchased just a little bit. But anyways, that's it for today. I think we're gonna cut out of here soon, but because we're on spring break and we're supposed to have nice weather tomorrow, we will be back out here tomorrow to do some more. Our goal this week is to get a working toilet in before, before Friday or Sunday?
Oh, just before spring break ends, I guess.
Okay, before spring break ends. That's a very wide range, but hopefully we'll get that done. So we'll see you tomorrow. Good morning, guys. Welcome back out to the farm. Today is Monday, and we are back out here to do some work. It's still so muddy. I mean, there's the ice, or the snow is melting, but we do have some patches that are in the shade that are just solid bricks of ice, and then the ground is just really wet. So we're kind of hoping that it will melt a little bit more today, and the ground will dry up a little bit more, because we want to be able to drag the area that I'm going to use as my garden. Hopefully tomorrow, if the ground is dry enough to do that, where the tractor just won't be slipping and sliding in mud. That's the goal for tomorrow. And it looks like it might dry out pretty good today. The area that is going to be my garden is this area here, and you can see it's just in full sun right now. So we're hoping that that is going to be enough to dry it out for today. As far as our job today, I really have no idea. I have no idea. I just kind of take direction from Shawn. But I know that one of the things he said he was going to work on is, we pulled the ceiling down yesterday in the back room, and so I know he wants to pull up the floor that's there. Half of it has like the, I don't know, the just the pieces of linoleum tile that just you literally can just pick up, and then there's plywood down underneath that. He said there was hardwood floor underneath the plywood. So if that's the case, which I think it is, I mean, he wouldn't have said that if it wasn't, we're gonna take a look at those floors and make sure that we can just use those floors. So I know that's one of the goals. And then yesterday before we left, we went upstairs and kind of took, we're trying to figure out how we can work the upstairs to change the layout of it to accommodate 2 bedrooms. So there's 1 bedroom now, although it doesn't have a closet, so technically it's not a bedroom, but we've got our 2 girls that we want to be able to make a space for each of them up there. So yesterday we were up there just trying to talk out ways that we could arrange the room that is essentially the landing when you go up the stairs, to see if there's a way to change it a little bit so that it would make room to make another bedroom up there. So we've kind of been throwing ideas back and forth around there. Not exactly sure what we're gonna do, but I think one of the goals for today is the other crawl space that is above, I guess it would be above where the living room's gonna be. It just needs to be cleaned out some more. So I think we're gonna get up there with a vacuum and try to clean it out the best that we can. There's just, it's really not bad compared to what it was, what we cleaned out yesterday. So I think that's one of the goals. I know Shawn wants to try to get the pole barn cleaned out, because there's a lot of old feed bags in there and just trash. And I know he wants to get it cleaned out before all of the snakes and critters start coming out of hibernation. So I think he wants to try to start on that, and then I will be doing whatever he tells me to do, I guess. So I will go ahead and go and check in with him and see what he wants me working on, and we'll go ahead and get started and let you know what else we do. So that doll Shawn found up in that attic space. So I might see if it might survive a trip through the washer machine and see how it comes out. So my mom, who has gardened probably all of her life, she told me to get some peat moss. So I went and I got some peat moss today. I don't know if that's going to be enough. Shawn seems to think I'm going to have a smaller garden than he knows I'm planning on, so we'll see. I might have to go back and get some more. So I'm upstairs, and if you saw what we were working on, I was taking out nails out of the ceiling joists, and Bailey was up here cleaning this. So you can kind of see all the way back in there. There was all kinds of just trash and insulation and everything, and she was working on getting all of that cleaned out. I think that the guy that lived here before obviously used this area as storage, and then rats and squirrels and whatever else got in there and just shredded everything. So we're glad to have that all cleaned out. And then I think the other goal is to do that side. So we kind of snuck a peek in here last night, and it's not as bad. You can't see in there, but it's not as bad as the other side, but it does need to be cleaned out. So I think that's what we're gonna work on. And Natalie is out cleaning the pole barn out, so maybe we'll sneak down there and see how she's doing.
That's so much nicer. So you got all the ceiling, right?
Yep.
The nails on the bottom is all I was worried about. When I vacuum, it'll clean up even more. See how I cleaned up some of the wiring?
Yeah.
Got that light going. Now this is tell me how you want your lights. Because I thought in the bathroom, when you walk in, this switch right here can stay, but it'll be a double. It'll be one outlet for a GCFI, and it'll be the switch. And I thought this switch could turn on the vanity lights and then the light over the toilet, and then we could have another switch just for over the shower. Is that what you want?
Yeah.
Okay. So I just thought it would make sense that the vanity lights and do you want the light over the toilet, or you want the light centered in the bathroom?
Well,
there's going to be a light there. There's going to be two lights there. I was thinking like right here over the toilet.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Because Lord knows you got to see when you take a right?
Alright, so this is what's underneath that plyboard. There were a few pieces over here that are rotted, but that's where the shower's gonna go right there. So it's gonna be covered up anyways.
So we're gonna replace the subfloor. We're gonna fix that.
So that's gonna be fixed anyways, because it's gonna be fixed. And you can see into the basement there. So that would be a fast access down into the basement and just jump through the hole.
Yeah. So that works.
So we'll have to see once, because this area right here will be the inside of our closet. So we'll have to see what it looks like, whether we want to keep that floor or if it's just too rough and we want to go over it with something else. It is about 1:15, I think. I think the girls and I have about 45 minutes left here. And then I have to take Bailey to softball practice. She has softball practice all spring break. So I'm going to be having to leave kind of early afternoon to take her. So Shawn's he's a workhorse. He's going to stay and work longer. He's inside. We've been pulling up that floor in the kitchen, or what used to be the kitchen. It will be, for us, it will be just making sure there's no snakes around me. It will be a bathroom and closet and pantry. So we're pulling up the floor. There is hardwood floors under the portion that's going to be our closet and pantry, and I think we're going to try to keep those and have that be the floor. The bathroom, that floor was already had to be repaired because there was water damage, and then the old bathtub was sitting on it. So that was already being repaired, which is fine because we're going to put tile down in the bathroom anyways. So I just thought I'd come down here and take a look to see how my blueberries are faring that I planted last weekend. They don't look so good. We tried to cover them for the snow and the frost that we were having, but when we came back, I think I showed you, they were covered with snow. So I don't know if these are gonna make it. Let me turn the camera around to show you what I'm looking at. So here they are. You can see, oh, there is a little bit of green down there. I don't know. I have no idea if that will still survive. I don't know if you can see it there. There is some green still. The tops look toasted, but I don't know. I don't know. So there's the cardboard. And look, the rocks that we put on top of the cardboard landed on the, well, there was like 25, 30 mile an hour winds out here when we had that storm. So I don't know. We shall see. But this is where we're gonna, tomorrow, because the ground it's wet now, not super wet, but it'll be a little bit drier tomorrow. This is where Shawn's going to drag the box blade and kind of till it up a little bit, and I'm gonna use that as my garden area. All right, well, the girls and I are getting ready to leave. Shawn is gonna be doing cleanup here. You saw us ripping up the floor here. That was no easy task. It was difficult. So we'll catch up with you guys tomorrow. All right, hold on. We are back on the farm. It is Tuesday. It is, gosh, what's the date? March. Okay, let me think, 12, 13, 14, 15th. Today's March 15th. And Shawn is telling me what his ideas and plans are, and so go.
All I'm saying is you'll have a working toilet before the end of spring break.
Okay, you heard it, I heard it, it's on camera. I will have a working toilet before the end of spring break, and the end of spring break is this Sunday. Okay. All right, guys, you heard it. You heard it first. We're back out here on the farm, and Shawn said it on camera that he's going to get me a working toilet before the end of spring break. What? Oh, yeah. No, one is mine. So, what? Sorry, it didn't, okay, Shawn's talking about his breakfast. So we're going to spend at least part of the morning today out here in the garden. Shawn is going to get his tractor going, and he's going to kind of till up this area here. And then this is my plan, okay? And I seem to have a habit of making a lot of plans and then changing them. But the plan right now is that after he drags this, I'm going to kind of lay out my rows of where I'm gonna have my garden, and I'm going to line them with, I'm gonna line them with rocks. So that's gonna be kind of my border. And then I will take the dirt that's inside of the beds, and I'm going to mix in that peat moss that I bought and prepare the ground. And then going with what my mom said, she said to let it sit for 2 to 3 weeks. So that's what our goal is today, because we're supposed to get rain tomorrow. So the ground is fairly dry. It looks like it might have rained here last night or this morning. What do you think, Bailey? Because it's a little bit muddy again. And it was drier yesterday, but I don't think it rained too much, and so I think he will still be able to get out here with the tractor. We're also going to build a little fire right over there. So as we're getting this ground ready and we have all these, you can see all these trees and everything, we can throw things into the fire and burn that up and just kind of clean up this area. So that's what we're going to get started on. And let me see if there's anything else. I think that's it. We're gonna get started on that and try to work out here today. We're supposed to get some rain tomorrow, so that's gonna be a bummer, but I know Shawn plans to go tomorrow to get more materials for inside. one of the things that he noticed, or once we took that subfloor out yesterday, is the wood floors that are there, they're really in good condition. There's a few boards that we have to replace, but there's a small little slope in the middle of the floor. So he said another one of the things he's going to do, I don't know if it's today, is he's going to go into the basement and see if he can kind of shim those boards up, kind of prop it up, jack it up, whatever you want to call it, from under in the basement, so that the floor will be level. And then just try to get the floor ready for the toilet and the tile and everything. We have to pick out our tile because we picked out tile before. Bailey's giving me a thumbs down here. We picked out tile before. I think you saw it if you watched all of our videos. It was in one of the videos that we picked out. And since then, Shawn and I kind of are wondering if that's the direction we wanted to go. So we returned it, and we were going to get little white penny tiles. The Lowe's that I went to, they only had one box, so I didn't get any, but both of the girls were with me and they really poo-pooed the tile.
I think it looked really cheap.
They don't like it. So we'll have to see. I may end up going with Shawn again to Lowe's and kind of looking to see what they have for the tile for the bathroom. But the reason why I wasn't 100% ready to go with what we had picked out originally was because it had little gray pieces in it, and I didn't want to marry myself to the color gray. Even though I love gray and I like gray right now, I know it's in, or it was in, it might be going out. I didn't want to get something that would permanently, stick us to having gray in the bathroom, and the white would allow us to kind of do whatever color scheme we wanted to. So we may go back and look and see what we want to get for the tile floors. But today's job is this, so we're going to go ahead and get started.
So we found a snake right here. You can't see it right there. Not sure what type of snake he is, but he's a little small one. But yeah. So I've been finding a lot of these worms in our soil. So it's pretty good for the garden that my mom wants. So yeah, I just thought I'd show you guys.
Alright, I just came up here to take a break for a minute because I'm tired. As you can see, we're getting some stuff done in the garden here. Shawn's going to make some more passes with the tractor there and try to clean some of that out. There's a lot of roots. There were a lot of trees there, so there's a lot of roots that we're trying to pick out, and there's not as many rocks as we thought. I was kind of hoping there would be more rocks. I know that's a lot more work, but we would like the rocks to line the beds, but I know we've got plenty of rocks like here, so it's not a big deal that they're not there. But all the trees that the guys took out when they were doing the septic tank, we're trying to get as much of the scraps and stuff burned up as we can, since we've got these fires going. So we have one going back there, and then we have one here in the front of the yard. So I'm sitting on the porch right now, so you can see how far away, the proximity that the garden will be to the house. So I think it's a good spot for it. And then like right here, there's a ledge. It's hard to see from this angle, but there's a ledge there. That's where that retaining wall was, that rock retaining wall. So we'll find a spot and make some stairs that cut through the middle of that, so it'll be easier to get down there. So I'm gonna take a little break and then we'll get back to it. Alright guys, it is about 1:45 and we have 15 minutes till we have to leave to take Bailey to practice. You can see behind me, I wanted to line my beds with rock. Sorry, Shawn's delivering me my 1 bag of peat moss that I'm going to mix into that soil. And I don't know if you saw, but we initially started in this front area and the ground is so compacted from the tractor that it's like rock. So we couldn't really keep it there because we tried to use a pickaxe to break up the ground and it was just very labor intensive and it wasn't really working. So we decided, the girls and I made the executive decision that instead of trying to just chip at that ground and loosen it up, we were just gonna move the bed that we made over into looser dirt, and then Shawn can then drag this again and loosen it up that way. So he'll do that after we leave. But he's bringing me 1 bag and I'm gonna use 1 bag of the peat moss to mix in there in that bed to at least have one kind of ready and sitting, because we're supposed to get rain tomorrow and so it's gonna kind of just start doing its stuff. So we're gonna go lay this down and then we'll probably be ready to leave for the day. Alright guys, I am obviously in the car. I realized after we left that I didn't even say goodbye. I am at Bailey's school, just dropped her off for practice. Natalie and I are getting ready to go. We're gonna go, I found a place kind of along the way. She's making faces at me. If she's not careful, I'll turn the camera on her. I found a place along the way that has raw milk for sale. I guess it's part of their calf share. So we're gonna go over there because I contacted the guy and he's expecting us. We're gonna go see if we can get some fresh raw milk. And then I think Natalie and I are gonna head back to the apartment. Shawn is still there. He's probably gonna work until around 6. He is not lazy by any means. And I know he's working on that bathroom area. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this, and if you wanna see what we get into over the second half of our spring break, stay tuned. We have a very exciting delivery that is supposed to happen tomorrow, so if you wanna find out what that is, be sure to watch the next episode, I guess, and see where we're at. All right, take care, thanks, bye-bye.